An active U.S. senator just got caught up in a scandal involving bribery. We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars, luxury cars, gold bars. As he was arrested, he was overheard asking, "Can Bitcoin fix this?" This is Around the Blockchain. Thank you for joining, everybody. We got a phenomenal show today. Please go ahead and hit that like button. Let's shock the YouTube algorithm. Let's freak out the Google engineers, everybody. On the first square in the green area, we got Doug Hype holding it down. Now, Doug, I couldn't tell if that was a sunset or is your house ablaze?
Look, man, sometimes you got to touch some grass, and all I know is that it's got me into the first #1 position on Around the Blockchain with DZ. I did something right today. Not sure what it was. It's probably part of the script, as you know.
It was the fur coat. That's if you're wondering. Also on today, speaking of winter gear, is he borrowing my hoodie? No, he's not, everybody. It's Atareh. Atareh, how are you doing today?
I'm good. I thought the red hoodie was going to get me first. It's red. It's right in your face, but
it needed to be black. It needed to be black. Then you'd match the DZ gear there. And speaking of matching the DZ gear, not playing there. We're talking about Moonin Papa. Moonin Papa, how are you doing today?
Good, man. How are you? I love your shirt.
Hey, appreciate it, man. You know what? You're looking pretty stylish yourself. Guys, look, all right, some are going to say this is rigged. He's starting with 2 points. It's totally unrelated to his t-shirt, everybody. All right, let's talk about Coinbase and FTX. Let's throw up the two pictures. Couldn't have a different look when it comes to hairstyles, at least. But looks like Coinbase was going to try to buy FTX, but there was a catch. Talking about FTX Europe, and this was in the past. It was November 22nd, CEO Brian Armstrong, he was asked about the rumors from Bloomberg, and he said he had no plans to buy FTX US, stating Coinbase acquiring FTX US wouldn't make any sense. Notice he said FTX US because he was talking about buying FTX Europe. Do we have the photo? I might be able to pull it up here. We have a photo of the two hairy individuals. Not right there. We're going to get to it in a second. Oh, there we go. There we go. I just like their haircuts. Which haircut do I like more? Is it the powder one? Or is it the clown wig? You guess. All right, but Coinbase planned to launch in Europe a derivatives trading platform. They want to have a crypto derivatives offering. And the easiest way they saw that happening was just outright buying FTX Europe. However, negotiations between let's throw up their picture. Negotiations broke down between the two and battled CEOs right there. At one point, FTX Europe was the only legal offering of perpetual futures and contracts in Europe. Again, legal offerings. You could turn on a VPN, also some smaller exchanges there. Also, another candidate who almost bought FTX Europe, Crypto.com. Makes you wonder, did they look under the hood there and see some finances maybe they didn't like there? Now, Doug, I want to ask you, is there anything wrong with Coinbase's plan, Crypto.com's plan? I mean, what do you think about them just going ahead and acquiring a whole continent of FTX customers?
Well, obviously, this started with FTX Europe having all the local licenses and things to like do under regulations or whatever. That's where it started. Where is it now? Do they just want it because it's doing well? And it looks like futures and everything is like 6 times more used than spots. It's a popular thing. So, they're just going for where the action is, right? They just want the action and everything. And apparently, just the FTX name doesn't dissuade anybody. They want to purchase it. You know what I mean? Like, I guess no advertising is bad advertising. Everyone knows what FTX is. Are they going to bring Tom Brady back? That's my question. He's retired. You know what I'm saying? Like, what other superstars is FTX Europe going to have, like Ronaldo? Like, who are they going to get for FTX Europe, DZ? That's my question, okay, right? Are we going to bring this to the next level? Because you know how it works here in the media and Web3. We don't even remember what happened last week. So is anybody even going to care that FTX, like, rugged trillions of dollars? I'm not sure, man. I mean, this is Web3, DZ. You tell me, okay? They've got the regulation things. But now we have to also keep in mind, Europe has a lot of regulation they put in place now to protect customers, to protect assets, and they're forcing them to, like, I guess, insure and guarantee their funds that are in their exchanges and stuff like that. So maybe they're thinking that's going to make people more comfortable going into the future. I don't know. But, I mean, obviously, this is just a way to make more money and for them to capitalize on a market.
Yeah, and as comfortable as that Nakamigo with the wind blowing through his hair, right? All right, Atareh, I want to ask you, imagine one of these two entities were to buy all of FTX Europe, or maybe even FTX as a whole when it was going through bankruptcy proceedings. Who would you rather buy FTX? Coinbase or Crypto.com, and why?
It's a good question, but before we get there, I wanted to ask: do you guys think SBF is just Brian Armstrong in a clown wig?
Ooh, can we
Because
throw that
photo
picture
right
up
there-
one more time? Yeah,
Can we-
let's throw that up. Oh, wait. Here we go. We'll pull it up right there.
I mean, it's pretty uncanny right there. I don't know about you guys, but would I rather have Crypto.com or Coinbase? I think I'd rather have Coinbase, to be honest. Coinbase is public. There's more transparency. And I think Coinbase going for FTX at a time, they're thinking about the profits, just like Doug said. It's all about futures. Futures brings a lot of money. And as a public company, you got to make profit. So I think Coinbase is more trustworthy than Crypto.com. Crypto.com had that. They have the LA stadium, but I don't know if they're going to end up sticking with that naming rights. It costs like $100 million. And so I don't know. I trust Coinbase more, but maybe it's just that bald head.
What do you think about the name recognition of Crypto.com? They got arguably a much better domain.
Crypto.com is better, but I think the name crypto itself has a bit of taint. It's tainted a little bit at this point. Crypto.
Yeah. Stinky.
Whereas
Stinks.
I think Coinbase in general, I feel more confident with it. Maybe the European, I don't know the European market, but maybe they feel more confident with Coinbase. Crypto in general kind of feels a little bit like swampy at this point.
We hate the swampy, tainted areas. Now, if you want to see a tainted Brian Armstrong, just share my screen one quick second here. Shout out to 90s movies fans right there. All right, well, Moonin, I want my crypto to moon. And I want to scream, Papa, Papa. I don't know why I want to scream. I don't want to scream that, but I do want my crypto to moon, more seriously. So why are the US regulators and the European regulators, why are they dragging their feet when it comes to handing out the licensing for things like derivatives exchanges?
It's all about the Benjamins, man. It's all about power and control. Why would the United States government want to give more control to crypto when it's already undermining their fiat currency? Like the US dollar is on the decline, whether they want to acknowledge it or not. If you've seen the chart for the Dixie, it's starting to move up. People are afraid. So what are you going to do when you're afraid? You're going to try to control and hold on to things as much as you can, or shut things out and move it offshore like we've seen. So personally, I'm all for having FTX be whatever their futures market, like their license acquired and used for Europeans. I think that's great. There's still a lot of people in Europe that love crypto specifically. Shout out to my people in the Netherlands. I just know there's a lot of people that watch my videos from the Netherlands. So I hope that you guys get this going for you. I think it'd be great and a win for the crypto industry as a whole.
All right. Why the Netherlands, Spike? Are you tall? Do you have ancestry? Do you like Amsterdam?
I do. I actually went there during spring break once. It was very beautiful, not for the reasons you're thinking of, but the bridges and everything and the stroopwafels. It's fantastic.
Okay, all right.
And the museum.
Okay. Well, I was going to say, I think you made more of a mark on Amsterdam than maybe you're letting on here, everybody. Maybe it's some fans from that spring break trip. All right. Hey, maybe you got kids. I don't know. I'm Papa. Is that where the name? Anyway, look, we're getting sidetracked here, guys. All right. Let's talk about Bitcoin mining, not any illegitimate children. We're talking about an illegitimate sale almost. People are looking at the prices here. $77 million Bitmain deal for 27,000 Bitcoin mining rigs. You're looking at under $3,000 a piece for these things. I'd have to look on eBay, but individually, obviously they got a bulk order discount. You're looking at triple pricing for that. So very, very good discount in buying it like that. But sealed the deal, but it was only 23 million in cash, 54 million worth of common stock, leading to a total of 77 million. They signed a new assignment or arrangement to assist with Bitmain's mining operation. So they're going to acquire all these rigs, but then they're going to help them, I guess, set them up, maybe set up the infrastructure, maybe set up the software and hardware there. The deal was finalized back in August, but also included Anchorage, Blockfi, Mass Mutual Asset Finance there as well. And Core Scientific, we're looking at the stats, they filed for bankruptcy back in December of 22. So about 9 months later, inked a deal. And then we see the big disclosure today, though. So they cited the reason they ran out of money. Core Scientific ran out of money, citing the financial crisis. It was just the financial crisis, guys. It was just the financial crisis. And, Bitcoin fell, Bitcoin declining price as the key indicators there. Now, Doug, I'm looking at the situation here, and I'm trying to not think there's like a cozy sweetheart deal. I'm trying to think there's not that shadowy room with the cigar smokers where, they look like 1920s pig humanoid cartoons. they're just shaking hands and laughing. Do you think it's normal for a company to file for bankruptcy, to get out of debt, only to restructure and open with the kind of a sweetheart deal hanging overhead?
Well, we're talking a lot about like politicians today in business. There has to be some incentive for them, I guess, to open up their doors again and provide services, right? Like, let's think about this. I've got my lay-on from King's Day, as I was labeled as the King of Amsterdam last King's Day, okay? Just so FYI, shout out to the Netherlands.
A battle here.
Beautiful place. That's right. Ethereum Amsterdam was a wonderful place and full of like flowers, beautiful people. Anyways, shout out to them. But, that's the thing is that like, what are we dealing with here in business and politics, right? We're like throwing lots of politicians in jail. We're doing all this stuff. We're trying to like, say like, don't do things that are wrong. But what's the incentive? I saw actually someone post on Twitter today. What's the incentive to be a senator if you're just going to throw them all in jail, right? So you've got like bankruptcy now. If they can provide a great service and actually run some Bitcoin mining, like, I mean, I'm kind of okay with them getting some like help. This is the thing, like Bitcoin mining and mining in general is on the downturn, right? Like you can go on the internet right now and everyone's selling their NVIDIA graphics cards, right? Because they're just like, there's no money in mining anymore. So, maybe to get them out of this slump and to have them come back, like they need this. If I was closer to the situation and a lawyer, I might say that there's some nefarious things going on, people like declaring bankruptcy and then trying to make a comeback. If they had that plan in place all along, maybe that wasn't like such a cool thing, but we need all the help we can get in crypto. Okay. We need people mining. We need people like taking care of situations. And also we need Ethereum to make gas cheaper. And during the Nakamigo Mint, thank God it was only like $3 DZ. So things are looking up from here.
Okay. You know what? I'm just jealous. He feels the wind in his hair. It's been 30 years since I felt that. All right. Atareh. Well, we're bringing up, he's saying, a lot of people are selling their graphics card. A lot of people selling their Bitcoin mining equipment, Caspa mining equipment, just mining equipment. The helium miner that finally came in the mail. Is now, though, the time to start buying Bitcoin mining machines and maybe mining Bitcoin as there's blood in the streets? I haven't seen it this bearish in a long time. Is now the time to mine?
I mean, I think it really feels like we're at the bottom. I think you mentioned in the article that Blockfi is also part of this. First of all, F's in the chat for Blockfi. Anybody that was in Blockfi, I'm sorry. But I think now is the time because it's been, 6 months, 8 months, a year of just pure bear sentiment. And we know that in about a year, there's going to be the halving. And after that, just like the 3 cycles passed, the price of Bitcoin is going to pump. And which side do you want to be on? Do you want to hold Bitcoin or do you want to be the one producing Bitcoin? I personally think if you have electricity, you got the money and you get these cheap mining rigs, it's a no-brainer. Invest in it. A year from now, you're going to be laughing.
All right. And I still am a firm believer in the 4-year cycle. I think 15.5 was the bottom. Still saying it. I'm not saying 100%, but I'm certainly leaning that direction. All right. Now, Moonin Papa, they blamed Core Scientific. They blamed basically the bear market on why they went bankrupt. Are you buying that? Do you think it's the bear market on why they went bankrupt, or do you think it's more likely mismanagement?
It's definitely whatever you want to call it. I think when you get to the point in crypto and you've been around the block a while, you're going to be able to blame a lot of stuff. Oh man, it was Celsius. Oh man, it was 3 Hours Capital. Oh, it was the bear market. Oh no, it's Michael Siller making another video. He's buying too much Bitcoin. Like, no, you have to own up to what you've done. So you probably did some bad business. You probably made some bad choices and now you have to own up to it. I think that there are so many cryptocurrency businesses, projects, teams, founders, whatever, that made profits, made good money in 2022. I made some good money trading in 2022. I think that there's ways that miners can make money, especially we talked about futures before, but I mean, that's one of the primary uses of the futures market is so that if you are going to hold Bitcoin long-term, you can at least short it on the way down to make profit. Now, I'm not saying everybody's short, but there is a benefit to doing something like that. So there's no excuse. You can't use the bear market as a reason why your business failed. I think it's lame.
I think it's lame as well. We got Fibonacci in the chat. Anyone selling rigs, I buy them all. Bitcoin is the way, guys. All right. Is he a Mandalorian fan or a Bitcoin fan? I don't know. All right. Let's talk about the senator scandal time, though, guys. This is an active senator. This isn't someone that retired 10 years ago. This isn't a state senator in a state that doesn't exist like Wyoming or Ohio. No, we're talking about an active New Jersey senator. and he just got accused of accepting bribes, including hundreds of thousands of dollars worth of cash, luxury car, and gold bars, folks. Let's throw a picture of one of these things. These things are huge. I don't know what they are at current prices, roughly around 400K. Depends on what gold's price is on any given day. He's a Democrat from New Jersey. He got charged alongside his wife for accepting bribes to the tunes of probably pushing $1 million plus at this point. The charges include conspiracy to commit bribery, conspiracy to commit honest services fraud, and conspiracy to commit extortion. The bribes included cash, gold bars, payments towards his home mortgage, compensation for a low or no-show job. That is straight out of the mafia textbooks, folk. If you see, that stereotypical mob-ran construction site, you have no-show jobs where you pay people money and they don't have to show up. It's largely known as just a mob-related grift. Also, he got a luxury vehicle and other items of value. $400K in cash was found. Nearly $500,000 was found in his house, stuffed in envelopes, hidden throughout his home, including safe, including inside clothing, inside some of his own suit jackets. The malfeasance is too long to list, but mostly is due to providing sensitive information to the Egyptian government. Folks, he was selling state secrets to Egypt. Hey, by the way, Menendez is up for re-election next year, folks. Hopefully some New Jersey Chaniacs get involved there. Now, Doug, you got the look with the fur coat, with the mansion behind you, with the luxury car. Is this more common than we think?
Let's see what we got in my pocket. No gold bars, extra shades. All right. We got some extra, combs for the hair. You know what I mean? Those are important, but it's good to have gold bars in there too. I mean, hey, when did it become not cool to be a senator anymore? You know what I mean? When did it become not cool to accept bribes or whatever? I mean, when I open Twitter, DZ, all I see is like, how dare we attack these people like Donald Trump and senators? How dare we hold them accountable or like maybe put them in jail? How dare we? But now this guy apparently was throwing him in jail, right? And he also got a nice ride, a nice car, a Mercedes involved, right? To sell state secrets, right? So, this is the thing we need to do. What do you want? Do you want people to want to be a senator? This is what Twitter's saying today. Or do you not want people to be a senator? What do you want them to do? The power and money involved in the world is not going to change, right? So how are we going to do this? Are we going to have a revolution? Are we going to cut people's heads off like they did in Paris, right? Like, what are we going to do to balance things out, right? Like, we want honesty and integrity, but we also want people that are powerful and speak strongly in our government, right? DZ, there's no answers here. The question is, what do you want to do, man? Are you going to stay with the same system where you just pick one side and, if they're a Democrat, they're bad and go to jail, but if they're a Republican, they don't, and vice versa, right? Like, okay, this guy obviously did some bad things. According to him, he did nothing wrong. And there's nothing to see here. Everything's going to be fine. So he'll win re-election and then we'll probably forget about it, right? And maybe he'll get a Nakamigo to put in his Mercedes and he'll be cool. You know what I mean? Maybe he'll get a chateau. But to be honest here, DZ, I have a lot of friends that are politicians that actually work hard to try to do things for people. And it's not easy when you have a lot of things in play, a lot of power and whatever the status quo is, whatever the messaging is. It's not easy to do your job, to be a senator or a business person when you're trying to do the right thing, when you have all these other elements in play, right? So good job on finding that this dude has the gold bars or whatever, but he should have done a little bit better job, DZ, of hiding the stuff. You know what? He probably should have put it in his fur coat and put it in storage. He put it in a safe. I mean, his whole room in his whole apartment or whatever is just full of this stuff. It's falling out of the ceiling, right? How did we get to this point? I don't know. I mean, I'm slightly jealous, but I'm loving those gold bars, DZ.
Yeah. Let's throw the gold bar up one more time. All right. Well,
put it up there one more time.
Would we rather have a capable crook or an incapable mannequin in a wheelchair? Or
if you look at the president,
person who can't formulate sentences.
We'd much rather have a capable crook, apparently, according to Twitter. That's just what I see.
They're either incapable of actually producing sentences, or if they are capable, they're probably selling state secrets. Again, it's an exaggeration, but only slight. Atareh, now, this isn't an endorsement for this activity, but Doug kind of brought it up. Could he have gotten away with this if he got bribed in Bitcoin or maybe even Monero?
Ooh, Monero's a bit of a curveball. So look, if you have a bunch of gold bars and it's stacking up in your closet, what's easier to move around? A bunch of gold bars or Bitcoin? Obviously Bitcoin. But But if I'm this guy, if I'm the senator, the last thing I would want is to get paid in Bitcoin. To be quite honest, Monero, yes. Bitcoin, no, dude. They're finding people from Silk Road from 8 years ago. They know exactly who you are, where you are, how you spent it, who you sent it to, what services you bought it for. And I think with people like I'm forgetting his name, but I think is Arc Intelligence, Feds coming on chain. I want no part of getting paid in Bitcoin if I'm doing illegal activity. Keep that in fiat because I know I can hide that, or somebody's gonna hide it for me. On the blockchain, it's all visible, and so you got to be honest. You got to be a good actor, or you're screwed.
Yeah, they'll catch you when you spend it for sure. Hey, you can have it sit in that wallet forever, and it might be Arkham Intelligence. And Kathy Wood
Arkham
has
Intelligence.
Ark Invest is by Kathy. All right, shout out to Kathy. We like Kathy here. All right, let's talk to Moonin Papa here now. I'm gonna put yourself in a scenario here. Now you are the judge. You've replaced your hair. You have a dusted wig on. You have the robes. What punishment are you going to dole out to the senator? He is now facing you.
I'm going to send him to the fishes. I mean, if it's Jersey, you got to do it that way, right?
Okay. Concrete shoes. Okay, I like that.
Yeah. I heard what Doug said, and I kind of hear you, but I've actually been out of the States for the last 13 years, and watching things from the outside, being an American citizen, but watching things from the outside, it's like, why can't you just do both and do it well? Why can't you be a senator that gets things done, gets them done legally, and you're actually a capable human being? I think it's like the vetting process. Something is wrong with the vetting process. Something is wrong. And this, I think, is a bigger issue because why is this guy even still in office? Like, why is this not just like, okay, let's pluck him out. Let's put somebody in who's actually going to do the right thing and do a good job at it. Why are we even entertaining these crooks? Like, this doesn't make sense. So something is wrong with the vetting process, which would be the voting process. I'm not going to go down that road to talk about stolen elections or anything like that. But the moment where I saw this news article pop up, I thought, this has to be a third world country. This has to be some place in like Eastern Europe. Like, this can't be the US. Oh, wait, no, it is the United States. So I think that's unfortunately telling of where the US is headed if things can't be changed, if things can't be done in an upright manner, which I feel like they can. I feel like that's what most people want. But if you don't have a good vetting process, a good voting process, and you're actually going to hold people accountable for their actions and their decisions, then crime's going to continue to flourish in Senate. People are going to be bought out. Senators going to be bought up by BlackRock. Did I say that? I did not kill myself. I am okay. I'm perfectly fine of mine. But yeah, I'm not buying it. I don't like it at all.
I can only imagine from the outside looking in. On a related note, we have Gareth in the chat. He's always dressed sharp. You're dressed sharp. We're dressed the same. We're dressed sharp. We got Doug looking good. We got Atareh in the Nike drip. How do you feel about the Senate floor housing hoodies and sweatshirts?
That's lame. Lame thought.
Right,
like 100%.
All right. Hey, I'm Mr. Hoodie, and I feel like they should wear suits. I will say that. All right, folks, that is all we have time for. Moonin Papa, he started with a little bit of a head start there, and then Gareth pumped him over the edge there. But Moonin Papa, you ended up winning the show. What we do here, if you're dropping some good points, we're going to give you some points, and then at the end, whoever has the most points get to leave the audience with about 10, 20 seconds of some parting thoughts. So Moonin Papa, the floor is yours. Please give us some parting thoughts. I was about to say Moonin thoughts, but do not do that.
No, we want to keep the good rating on YouTube. So first off, thank you. It feels so good being showered with praise. I want to give a big shout out to Verified Investing at Gareth Soloway. I have a new course that's on Verified Investing called the Verified Crypto Guide. Plus, I put out 2 videos a week under the Verified Investing Crypto Signals that Gareth does. Guy has a crazy win rate. Super happy to be partnered up with him. You can follow me on YouTube, Twitter, all that fun stuff. Moonin Papa. Stay awesome and stay in the green.
We love what you guys are doing over there, especially if you're an accredited investor, got tons of money you can deploy. But if you're not an accredited investor, we highly recommend check out Linqto. Linqto is in the chat below or in the description below. Highly recommend. You can invest like an accredited investor, but you're just a guy in a black button up like DZ. All right, that's all we got time for. It's been a fantastic episode. Again, guys, please help us out. We're just trying to spread positivity, spread crypto news, stay above the drama, above the ruckus here. If that's a message you like getting behind, please hit that like button and check out the channels of the people below. Now is the time to show some support. Go watch their last content. Leave a like, leave a comment, even if it's a funny one. Maybe to say, what do you feel about what bribe would you take? I don't know, folks. That's all we got. Have a great weekend, folks. I will see you Monday.